Oh, got a bit carried away there, peeps. Got to get a bit carried away there. Got a bit trigger happy with the old mouse. Apologies, cut that off. Wheel driven, chopped out. Right, so back tonight. Oh, flipping heck. Right, let's get myself back in order. Round 4 of the classic DTM Sprint League, hosted by Mature Racing Club over there on Facebook. Given the all clear to use the Team Oliver Racing name on this one as well. The Team Oliver Racing are the mental cases who race trucks up and down the country, sometimes abroad as well. But so if you get the chance, thank you to Stuart and Michael for sticking their name behind this one. If you get the chance to go and watch some truck racing in the UK, definitely go and do it. It's an absolute insane thing to go and watch these things barreling around a racetrack, side by side, sometimes 3 wide, pushing each other off. It's mental. Go watch it. But back to tonight, we've got the classic DTMs as mentioned. So round 4, dirty boys have put it at the Nordschleife with, I think, weather on random, so could be wet here, people. 3 different races for you guys tonight. We've got race 1, which is a 3-lap race. Time of day is it says sunrise, and weather is random. Race 2 is another 3-lap race, with the grid being set in reverse from the finishing results of race 1. The time of day is afternoon, and it is weather random again. Race 3 is another reverse grid. Well, sorry. Oh yes, it is reverse grid. Sorry, and time of day is sunset, and weather is random again. So Nordschleife being Nordschleife is about 1 million miles long. So what is it, 13, I think, something like that. Do you know what we can do? If I find my PlayStation pad, I haven't got points to show you tonight, people, because I wasn't sent them. So let's get into the lobby, and we'll have a quick look at lobby settings while they're on their outlaps. Again, very long circuit here at Nordschleife. T-shirts and stickers still available, people. Hit me up, dartsmoker@googlemail.com. Enough of that. Enough of me selling merch. Let's get in with this one. Sound on then. Make sure, just let me know you can hear me coming through okay. I pulled bits and bobs out my computer to try and fix another computer, and I'm hoping it's all back together in the same positions it was. Alright, so, there you go. 12.94 miles. There it is. So that's the Nordschleife. That's what we've got on tonight. Let's get ourselves in. So qualifying just got underway then. Again, they will only get opportunities for 1 out lap and a hot lap. The track being so long. Let's not let you keep watching that big grey screen, shall we? So forget what all the corners are called. So it's just going to be left, right, ups, downs, and he's crashed. Fast bits and slow bits, etc. etc. Then first man out, he is well known for being quite a G at Nordschleife. I think he's still MRC Nurburgring lap holder, buyer, champion lap holder, G man, top dog. Knows this track inside and out. We've all had many laps around here. Myself, Potter, Mart, Dukes, Ace Killer. Nobody knows his Dukes. You might, but you might not. Let's have a look at some of the liveries tonight then while we go round Nords. Also rocking the Team Oliver Racing eSports livery on the side there. Mercedes-Benz 190. Big wide arches on it, wide wheels on it as well. Sierra Cosworth Ford Gecko. He's found his own Gecko livery there. Apologies for the camera jumping, it's what it does when it goes near things at the side of the track. Mart got the Pro Mart livery. He's found another one with his name on it. As has Gecko. LVO is rocking his mates. Philo Engineering. Big shout out to you, Philo, if you're not you're listening. So these are just out laps, so you may see a bit of bumping and a barging while drivers try and get past each other, but probably not. They'll just spread out in the end to try and give each other a little bit of room. Completely different sounding RX-7 of Brinky. A couple of those in the lobby tonight. The Cartoon Cosworth back in the lobby tonight of Fat Pickles. Do like that livery. Ace Killer rocking the Duco heating. Oh yeah, you might know him as Duco then. So if you want underfloor heating, that's the man to go and see. Best system in the country. I think he's the only man selling it at the minute. Philo Engineering livery, distant Philo! He's back! He's had his legs replaced. Robot legs deployed. He's back. He's put his spoiler on as well this week, the cheap. His last race before I didn't think he was coming back for the rest of the season, that's what I got told. I was scammed. I was told he was off for the rest of the season. Keck! Evening, brother. Yeah, I was told Philo was off for the rest of the season because he was turning into a mermaid or something. Wasn't quite sure what he was doing with himself, so I thought that was him for out for the rest of the season. Unless this is a ringer, we'll see, because you know Philo's quick. So if Philo's not quick, you know it's a ringer. No Neck Monster, another Benz 190, Old Spice Swagger stuck down the side of his Surfer Ev. Another Benz, very popular. This one. Decra smashed down the side of his, also rocking a Philo Engineering on that rear C panel. C pillar. Still nowhere near the end of this circuit. We're still on outlap. Sport soft tyres on as well, that makes it a little bit trickier. Again, they have got to contend with possible weather. If it rains, I mean it doesn't look too bad now, but this is qualifying. The weather can change for all three races tonight. Can you hear me okay, Keck? Just let me know everything's coming through okay. I was just saying at the start that I've pulled things to bits and I didn't know if everything was coming through loud and clear, hopefully. Remember to turn the sound on, that's one thing. Already on 5 minutes here, but again these are the outlaps. A little bit slower than some of the cars, GT3s, etc. coming around here. A bit more speed. It'll be fun at full race pace in these things. I think everyone's just taking their time a little bit. Don't want to blow their tyres out on the outlap again. Only 13 miles. Set of sport softs, it's going to do the damage. Usually if you've got racing softs on, what can you do? Can you just squeeze 2 laps out before you've got to come in the pits? The GT3, or is it 3 laps? I think it's just the 2, isn't it? Before it starts getting a bit way. Company, a few drivers behind him, but again, drivers not looking to go fast on these outlets. LVO go through. So we can use LVO for a bit of a tow. Big long straight coming up here at Nordschleife, but won't benefit him because he's got to get around a few corners before he can start his timed lap. He's onto that long straight then. Again, Potter just taking his time, third gear, it is full throttle, but you need to worry about wearing the tyres out on a straight, really, do you? There's LVO in front, just getting a little bit of extra heat into his. I'm sure they're already showing a little bit of wear. Start these hot laps then. Just a couple of corners to go. Just jump on board with LVO. get bored of the sound of that Mercedes tonight, especially from this view. Here we go then, starting the hot laps now. Turn 1, tricky one. Then off the line, 10 drivers heading down towards that corner. Could end up in absolute chaos. Quite thin here as well at Nordschleife, as anyone who's raced here knows. The green hell. Tricky circuit to get right, so many corners. Know exactly where to put the car. Different cars, you know, you've got to take apexes slightly differently depending on how fast you're coming in. So that's a little straight coming up now then. Down the hill, over the hump and then back up the hill. So a lot of cars you can't keep it absolutely pinned through this corner coming up this right hander. Let's see, a little bit of brake on the run through there, catches the curb, double apex, runs out a tiny bit wide there for LVO. Slowing down a little bit. Again, a long track, easy for everybody else to make mistakes here as well. Slides it into this one, down towards this hairpin then, hard on the brakes. To second gear. This is Foxholes, I believe, down here. Very fast part of the circuit as well. Little left right kink as you run down. Probably big piles of sparks on the way through here as well. No, not dragging the tail. Again, another tricky section, down a gear every time you come into a corner. We're down to first for LVO. Nobody right behind him. Towards this double left-hander then. Running back up the hill. Straight into a right-hander as you come out of this one. Again, if it even sprinkles a little bit of rain, it could be treacherous around there. This one as well, tricky in the wet. Well, this whole circuit's tricky anyway. But in the wet, it's just increases the chances of jeopardy. Like the lift, coast, lift, corner, lift, throttle, coast, lift. I can't even remember the order now. Down towards this second hairpin again, very easy to get that one wrong. Big drop on the way into that one. Can lose a little bit of traction. Fast section coming up then, running down to an almost hairpin, running right and back up the hill. Just after you saw not a big blue square on the floor painted on the circuit. You can brake somewhere around that point depending on what car you're driving. Back up the hill then, big long straight coming up. You carry a lot of speed down here. You might see overtakes happening. A few lefts. Start going back right, carrying the speed all the way through this one, through the next left as well. Into four, catches a little bit of curb on the way into that one, does LVO. Keeps it on circuit though, maybe that's the way, you just run it out onto that. There's a sort of grassy stroke concrete section. And some of these corners you can just utilise if you know that they're there. Up towards the carousel then. Change that view up. I'm fed up with the sound from that rear end. Tricky, gotta make sure you stay in that to exactly the right point before you stick the hammer down. Easy to get the tail happy coming out of there. Now into a very tricky set of corners. Down a couple of gears here. Lift. Back on the power. I've seen a lot of these corners on some of the videos. If you watch the videos of people crashing here, no idea what they're called. Yeah, little mistakes. I've seen from Elvio currently. And looking good through there, just throwing that car about exactly where he needs to go. I know we're spending a lot of time on Elvio, but otherwise we're just looking at other drivers racing the same part of the circuit. Go and have a look at lap times as and when people come across the line. Little jump just there then, hard on the brakes into a right-handed, almost hairpin running back up the hill, little left on the exit. Fast section down here, easy to unsettle the car, want to catch as much curve as possible but without lobbing it in the grass. To the carousel then. So we've been around the carousel, you see this is a little bit similar, a little bit smaller. On the way out of that one for Elvio as well, heading up towards what we lovingly call the lamb shank. Little dip on the way into that one as well, can catch you out if you're not ready for it. And onto this big long straight here for Elvio. No toe for him, looks like most drivers have managed to escape everybody else. That's the penalty zone, that big chevron yellow square you saw was the start of the penalty zone here at Nordschleife, right on this fastest section of the circuit, you absolute rotters. Drivers going to come through in quite quick succession. We've got a couple of drivers lagging at the back. Absolutely full tilt, 170 all the way along there. 173, I just saw it flick to. A little wobble on the way out. Hard on the brakes into these last couple of corners. Easy to get those wrong as well if you're not quite ready for them. And back onto the start finish straight now. What are you going to put in an Elvio? 7:03. So Potter coming up right behind him. He sticks in a 7:02.1. It's a Stormer. Gecko comes through with a 7:03. Mart. Someone just come through in front of him, an RX-7. Mark comes through. Let's just have a look at Brinky. He's put in a 7:03.5 for fourth. Mark's come home in fifth so far. A couple of drivers still yet to cross the line. He's put a 7:09 in. Pickles towards the line. He's put in a 7:20.4. Again, not a time difference. His killer just coming in at the end there. 7:04.0 takes sixth. Philo, the man with no eyes, he's come through to take top spot. The robot man has resistance is futile. 6:59.5, a sub 5 minute, a sub 7 minute. Keep waiting. Still got a driver just coming through the mini carousel. Drivers trying to take each other out. So currently it's Philo on pole, Potter second, Gecko in third, Elvio in fourth, Brinky in fifth, Ace Killer in sixth, Martin seventh, Fat Pickles in eighth, No Neck Monster just coming up towards the line, currently ninth, got Surfer Ebb there all the way back there. Oh, that's not cricket. No Neck Monster getting tagged just as he comes up to the line. 7:45 then for him, and just wait for Surfer Ebb. May have had a great big terrible accident at some point on the track. Again, we weren't concentrating on anybody else but LBO. Surfer Ebb then. What can he do? Corner coming up then. That was Elvio that tagged No Neck. Surfer up towards the line. It's not too bad. That's it's an 8th position for him. 7:15 on the board. So, even though he ended up all the way behind everybody else, almost a third of the lap, he's still managed to take an 8th. So, while they crash into each other, Philo's trying to reverse into the pits. It won't like you doing that. Elvio won't like you doing that either. So it becomes demolition derby. That's just what happens. So it looks like we're having a bit of a 5-minute break anyway while they kill each other. Off you go, boys. Smoke them if you got them. Cartoon Cosworth just comes ploughing into the scene. Nobody gone for a Driftertron round Nords? No. He's killer practicing his starts. He wants a good one this week. You need to get out front, really. You need to be able to get where you need to get early on at Nords. Difficult circuit to overtake. It's not impossible, but yeah, we've got the sport soft tyres on, which makes it a little bit trickier. If the weather turns again, it's going to make it an absolute, well, for you and I, it's going to be fabulous. It's just going to be grass tracking and like synchronised donutting and all sorts of stuff. There'll be one or two that make it through, but the majority going in the wall. Art out then. Still giving it full beans on this little practice session. Is not happy there's another Cosworth in the house. Gecko saying, I don't care, I'm stopping. It's like Tokyo Drift. Look how controlled they are, look. So if ever just sitting there going, you maniacs, anyone dents my car, people are staying away. It's hidden around the corner. I know what you're up to. That's it. Surfer's not going to have that. Dented his rod. He was trying to escape. I could write any story I wanted, couldn't I? Escaping aliens. Duco is the alien. He's a killer. Target. He's picked his target. Oh no, he almost made it round that corner. He almost made it round that corner. We might see a little Driftertron. Yeah, there you go, Brinkertron's giving it the Driftertron. Almost. Oh, almost. It's not a bad circuit to do it on actually, Nords. Certain parts of it anyway. Some lock on it, that thing, a bit steering. Still not enough for Brinky. Right, here we go then. Race 1, 3 lap. That's all we've got. Oh, eh? Yeah. Let's have a look at official results then. Philo top spot. The man with robot arms, legs, eyes, probably a new robot head as well. Could have been made at Boston Dynamics. Potter in second, Gecko third, Elvio fourth, Brinky fifth. Ace Killer 6th, Mart in 7th, Surfer Ev in 8th, Fat Pickles in 9th, and No Neck Monster in 10th. Yeah, it did get tagged a little. Right, here we go then. Race 1, again 3-lapper, when I can get in. Someone's found the horn. So here we go then. Let's wait for these lights to drop. 10 cars into turn 1 here at Nordschleife. It's a little bit dark. Don't think it's raining. The track might be slightly damper than qualifying, but here we go then. Lights on. And they drop. We get underway for race 1. Philo gets a great big pile of drift on coming out of pit box, grid box. Onto a note. So everybody managed to make it. 8th. The drivers lagging behind a bit. There's 9th, there's 10th. We have got all 10 drivers. Nobody's binned it yet. Right, back up front. Philo then leading the way. Claw drift through there. Pot looking for a way up the inside through that turn. Not quite able to make it. Maybe a little tag on Philo there. It's probably going to slow that big pile of drivers down. So it's Mercedes being chased by Mercedes, being chased by Ford, being chased by Mercedes. Top four pulled a little bit of a gap then. Brinky in 5th. Let's just get on board with that so we can hear what it sounds like. Sewing machine, full revs. It's a 2-stroke. Someone's strimming. What a noise, what a noise. Brinky then 5th, Ace Killer in 6th. Let me just get up front, see what they're going to do down into the hairpin. Potter has a little look up the inside of Philo again. Oh, Fat Pickles has got it wrong. Oh, Mars, I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if who was tangled up in that one. No Neck Monster's got his way past Fat Pickles though. Fat Pickles just on the sand running through there. Sure what happened. Philo then pulled a little bit of time over Potter. Almost a second. That is just about breakawayable in terms of towing distance. It has now gained over a second. 1.021. Potter in that second Mercedes, then chasing him down. Oh, Gecko, I don't even know what you were trying there. I don't even know what you were trying there. I'm not sure if the steering went, but it was like you turned way too early. Random, but he's managed to keep it on circuit. He's lost a position. He's lost 2 positions, apologies. Elvio's got through, Brinky's got through as well. Next Killer, not too far off the rear end of him either now. Surfer Ev 1.8 seconds back in his Mercedes. Mart another 6.4 seconds back in 8th. No Neck Monster another 1.4 behind him, and Fat Pickles another 1.2 seconds back. Look at the gap Philo's put in here. Has he had robot legs? What's going on? I know he was quick, but someone transplanted his brain into like Lewis Hamilton's body. There's something happening. Look, I could have said Max Verstappen, alright, I could have said any of them. Either way I'd have got some jib. Potter then also pulls a little bit of time with Gecko's random departure. He's got 1.5 seconds between himself and Elvio Tricks in 3rd. Tricks has also managed to pull a little bit of a gap as well. 1.1 seconds back to Brinky. Gecko chasing down Brinky as quick as he can, but he's got a mirror full of Ace Killer looking for a way past, closing up as well on Cosworth through there. Oh, got the run. Change that camera up. Where is he? Oh, a little bit of a wobble. Did look like Ace Killer kind of got through there cleanly. Door banging, but door banging's racing, neither driver off circuit. Gecko loses another position to the carousel. This Killer just hanging the wheels into that right till the very end. Gecko then 6th, Surfer M 7th, Mart 6.2 down in 8th. Fat Pickles has got his way back into 9th. No Neck Monsters made a mistake somewhere, allowed the cartoon Cosworth to get back through. So Philo's robot legs low deployed. Bottom of the pot. I think he's maybe had a little bit of maybe extra Weeabix today. Just hang on, that gap is opening up a little bit more still, but we'll see. Philo might be blowing his tyres out early on here. It might fall back into Potter's hands later on. Elvio another 1.5 back in 3rd. Brinky in 4th. Ace Killer 5th then. Gecko 6th. Proper side-by-side battles at the minute. The Surfer Ev 3.5 back. Mart is closing up. That's come down to 5.5 seconds between himself and Surfer Ev. Sev. That's what that could have been. Sounding good then, the cartoon Cosworth. Pipes hanging out of it. No neck falls a little bit further back as well, 3.4 seconds in his Mercedes. He doesn't know the track quite as well. Again, I have no idea how long you've been racing no neck. So Philo still up front, still 1.6 seconds. Potter's not let him out of his sight yet. There is a little bit more wear on Philo's tyres. That left graphic on the left hand side at the bottom just showing a very slightly larger red section than Potter's. Maybe eyes are playing with me. Rear tyres look slightly better on Potter's. We'll see how that benefits them later on. So still only one lap in. Well, they're not even one lap in yet. Weather still looking okay. Potter still trying to close up on Philo in front. Catching these apexes then. A little bit deep through there, has shown as well. Philo's managed to stretch that gap up to 2 seconds just through that little complex of corners. Lap 2 then, Potter in second. Elvio Triggs still within touching distance, 1.7 behind him. Brinky, Ace Killer almost closed up on him. Oh, a little bit of a wobble from Ace Killer there. Again, he managed to keep that pointed in the right direction. Still just in touch with Brinky as well, 1.1 seconds back from him. Mazda versus the Toyota. There is that screaming Mazda just going past. A couple of drivers missing tonight, unfortunately. FH Wingman, welcome to the lobby. Unfortunately, you won't be racing tonight. Championship League in play. Gecko then in 6th. Still not quite out of danger for Ace Killer. A slight mistake, he might be able to get past. Still 7 seconds back for Surfer Ev Mart. And another half a second up on him. Pickles still holding that 9th. No Neck Monster's fallen back a little bit further. 9 seconds back for him. Good for distinct Philo at the minute, 2.4 seconds up the road from Potter. So pulls a little bit of time over Elvio. Almost 2 seconds, and just go back down a little bit through there. Then still pretty close together. I mean, to be honest, on the track map in the top right, it looks like they're all very close together. But they're not. Ace Killer then closing that gap up on Brinky. Gecko. He's struggling here a little bit in the Cosworth. Not too sure. He's managing to hang on to Ace Killer at the minute. Maybe just those little mistakes have settled him a tiny bit. The Ford not quite set up for this track. Surfer then 7th, 8.5 back. Mart's made a mistake. He's fallen 10.5 back. Fat Pickles almost on the tail of him. Oh, we just catch No Neck Monster throwing himself into the barriers, gets himself reset to track. Again, difficult circuit to learn, Nordschleife. If you don't know it, it takes an awful long time to know the corners. It takes an awfully long time to know the corners. As in, you know, it's okay saying, yeah, I know which corner's coming up. But what gear are you taking it in? Where's your apex? Where's your exit speed, your entrance speed? You've got to, you know. If you don't know it, it's a tricky one to learn. 13 miles. Philo though, on the other hand, knows it by the inch, by the look of it. Pulls a little bit more time over Potter, 3.1 seconds. Again, Potter no slouch behind the wheel here at Nordschleife. positions. GT3 Mercedes, the right setup on it. This man can challenge most drivers. We just catch Elvio running off circuit on the fast left-hander then, running up towards this carousel complex. Slowed him down. Brinky and Ace Killer all over the back of him now. Ace Killer even giving a flash of the lights to Brinky. Get out of my way. I'm behind you for a million corners. I want that position. Now, is this going to allow Gecko to get back into the race? Still second behind these boys. That is coming down though. Starting to bunch up here, these 4 drivers. Look at this, all over the back of Brinky. Keep it any kind of way past him, but it's a left, it's a right. Every driver looking for the apexes. Brinky runs himself off circuit a little bit then. Oh, no opportunity for Ace Killer to get through though. Possibly frustrate him as well, you know. He's stuck behind the driver, you see other drivers, and there's Elvio just in front trying to get away from these 2. Everything he can not to lose this position here as well. There is Gecko in this fight. A little bit wide there for Brinky. He does hold this line. Is it going to be holding it into this corner? Throws it into there. Brinky in the Mazda. Holds onto it as well. Now Ace Killer's got to defend from Gecko Racer. Tricky part of the circuit as well. Wow, Gecko's looking for any way past as well. Both drivers maybe causing a bit of a bottleneck. Gecko at least, again, Ace Killer's looking for his own way through here, and all the time you can just see Elvio Tricks getting that slightly bit smaller. Whoa, all 3 drivers getting it sideways through there. Let's change that camera up so we can maybe see what's going on with these maniacs. Look at this bumper to bumper between Gecko and Ace Killer. Again, Ace Killer doesn't want to lose touch with Brinky, still half a second behind him. This is where the battle's at the minute. Quick flick up front, make sure that Philo's still winning. Yes, he is. 4.2 seconds. Lap 2 of 3. Just dips a wheel onto that grass on the exit of the Lamshank. It's not a good place to be doing that. 4.3 seconds then over Potter. He's still second. Elvio another 4.4 back. Brinky then 2.5 back from him. Now Ace Killer and Gecko Racer side by side running up here. Oh, who's got the actual top speed? It's Ace Killer, the MR2, just still pulling away from Gecko Racer. Gecko has got the toe. Look at this, the MR2 quite easily hitting 175, 176 up there, 177. On board with Gecko, 171. Look at the difference. 180 for the MR2. Can he get past Brinky? Brinky pushing similar speeds, but not quite as fast. It does accelerate a little bit quicker than a lot of these cars. Quite the same top end as the MR2, absolutely blowing away the Ford down there. Only been able to make a move back into this tricky Nordschleife. And the rest of it's the Nordschleife, just that little section of it straight. Be able to get past them there. Managed to drag his way back onto the rear end of Ace Killer. Ace Killer exploring those track limits. Trying not to leave any kind of door open for Gecko Racer here, but be careful he doesn't run himself off circuit doing so. Surf Ev then 17 seconds down, Mart 11.2 seconds down. All the way from Fat Pickles, 7.6 back. And no Neck Monster, we just caught him last time we looked off circuit, so 38 seconds down at the minute. Not too bad really. Again, if you don't know this track, 38 seconds, 1 minute 24 back from the leaders is still reasonably respectable. Don't care what anyone says. Down into Foxholes then for Philo, 5-second lead over Potter. To find a little bit of time lap after lap. We're not looking too bad either, so a third lap shouldn't be too much grief for these drivers. I say that as Potter gets a little bit of a wobble on the way into that one. Decent camera angles here at Nordschleife. Then 4.7 seconds back. So Brinky in fourth. Gecko back into fifth. We just catch. Oh, Ace Killer goes a tiny bit wide through that corner. Dipped his rear wheel onto the grass, and that was just enough to light that rear end up and spin it round. Off he went into the wall. Bit of front end damage as well for him. That's going to drop him back right on the final lap as well. That's pretty much his race done in terms of positions. He's just got to try and stay ahead of these drivers now, who will be closing up on him pretty quickly with that mistake and holding this damage. Will repair itself, but will cause him to run a little bit slowly, wobble the car around a tiny little bit until it's repaired. It has done now. Back up to full race pace then. Surfer F now only 9.6 seconds behind him. Mark's closed a little bit of that time back as well. He's now 8.7 behind Surfer. It was 11.5, I think, last time we checked. Fat Pickles falls a little bit further back. Just catch the cartoon Cosworth getting a wobble on. Nate Monster closing up a little bit on Fat Pickles. It's been all about the return of Philo in race 1. AI. Could have linked some AI into it. Fair play to Potter if he's only 5 seconds behind AI. It's a little bit loose on the rear end. Potter's Mercedes. Driving exactly the same car, different setup I can imagine. It's a lot more planted, different wheels on. Potter's gone for the wide rims. Whether that's causing him any issues, I don't know. So Brinky's still holding fourth. Gecko now right on his tail. Might see Gecko just try and hang on to the back. He might not try and make a move on Brinky. He might just want to hang on to him until that very long, fast straight. Get the RX-7 more miles an hour on the clock than the Cosworth. So he might not even be able to go for the move up there. Oh, he's exploring those track limits though, Gecko. Looking for a way past, trying to get his nose up the inside there. Brinky just putting his car right in the middle of the circuit. Not going to make it easy for you, Gecko. Gets a good run in there. Still not quite able to get the wing up the inside. Again, that RX-7 just seems to have such a great chunk of acceleration. Gecko piling the pressure on the rear end of the Ford, lighting up a little bit through there. Pushing hard then, Gecko looking for this last position on this final lap. There goes the screaming RX-7. Oof, gets a wobble on through there, Brinky. Oh, he's off circuit. That's just giving it to... Oh, we catch Gecko running off circuit as well. He's managed to hold on to the position. Both drivers then pushing hard on this final lap. But now that puts Brinky in a slightly better position. He can use the toe off of Gecko up this back straight if he can hang with him. Oh, Gecko runs a little bit deep out of there as well. Look at this, Brinky almost pushing him around this corner. Faster car as well. Oh, sideways for Gecko. Still 0.6 of a second in it. Is Brinky going to be able to close that gap up? Screaming up behind Gecko then. Final lap, the big long straight before the S's in that final corner. That coming down 0.4 of a second. Is he quick enough to be able to get him? And even be onto him before he's at the bridge. Switches, there you go. Just look at that, 175. Gecko can do absolutely nothing in that Sierra. It's pushing about 171, was it? 72 on 73, very slow compared to the other cars on circuit. So we've missed the leader across the line. He does take top spot, 13.7 seconds. Oh, Potter had a mare right at the end then. It's almost 6 second gap he had to. Elvio is down to less than a second. There is Elvio right behind him, so Potter almost losing a position in those last few corners. Brinky comes home in fourth, then Gecko wasn't able to get past him, as we saw. Sierra just doesn't have the top end speed that these other cars have. Ace Killer then takes sixth. Surfer Ev coming home for seventh. He goes. Around that final corner. Oh, gets some drift on. Crosses the line to take eighth. All the way back then for Fat Pickles, almost 30 seconds. 30 seconds back to No Neck. Whether we see these cross the line or not, I don't know. Yellow flagging all his drivers off circuit after the finish line. Carlton Cosmic then up towards the line. He takes that ninth position. Just wait for this man now. On the grey bit, No Neck. Brakes, more brakes. We do get to see him finish then. No Neck comes home to take that final 10th position then. That is it, race one, done and dusted. Midfield pack there seemed to be the best battle. 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th for almost a lap around here at Nordschleife. That's a fair chunk of time really in terms of racing, 13 minutes. Jostling for those positions, but Philo taking the ultimate position there then. Top spot for him. Again, Potter making a great big mistake right at the end, almost costing him that second position. But he does hold on to it. Elvio came in right behind him, 0.7 of a second back. He takes third, then Brinky holds on to fourth, Gecko Racer fifth, Ace Killer in sixth, Surfer Ev in seventh, Martin eighth, Fat Pickles in ninth, and No Neck in 10th. So a little bit of a break in between race one and race two. Oh, nearly popped my knee out. Again, reverse grid for race two. Time is set to, is it afternoon, I think? Come on, learn to work your phone. Oh yeah, afternoon, weather random, and then race three is sunset. So yeah. Weather could change at any minute. Still looks good now. Room just been changed then. Nordschleife. Again, such a big circuit. It could be raining on the other side of the track, which could catch everybody out. I come full tilt into a fast corner. Oh my god, there's a great big puddle on the other side. Who knows? So we don't get to see it, but you can actually stick on once you're on track and driving, you can stick on a weather radar. So if it does rain, you can kind of see where it is on circuit. Again, in these short sprint races, it's pointless trying to pit. You're just going to lose so much time to the other drivers to try and stick on a set of tyres. You're going to have to risk it for a biscuit, I think. So what did you have then, Philo? Did you have AI installed? Is that what happened? Neuralink. Just plug your PlayStation pad into Neuralink. Off it goes. Comments in the chat. What do we think? What do we think Philo had done? I was told when he didn't race last week. He raced his final week. He cheated with his no spoiler. Apparently, he cheated. I thought he was cheating with his no spoiler, going for Super Leggere slipstream thing. And I was told he wasn't coming back for the rest of the season. And lo and behold, 2 weeks later, here he is. The new map to his brain, or something. So yeah, in the chat, what's he had? I mean, last week I was throwing out mermaid legs. Decided he wanted to be a 6 foot. Was it 6 foot? I think it was a 12-foot Norwegian. So he was having a brain transplant. New eyes. His legs fell off. Who knows? Who knows? 3 minutes then till race 2. Again, reverse grid for that one. That's going to put No Neck Monster on front row of the grid, followed by Fat Pickles. Ooh, that's going to be a little bit of pressure for him. Hopefully manages to keep it on the grey stuff. All you've got to do is keep them behind you, my friend. Let them make their way past you. You've not got to open any doors. You've not got to do anything. If they want to come past you, it's all down to them. All right? You're leading the race. Don't feel threatened. Don't feel, because I'm not saying you don't know how to race. I'm just saying, and let these boys bully you up. You're leading the race. Quite rightly, you can shut those doors and nope them. Maybe not nope them into existence. Maybe might not be quite what they're asking for. But you can nope them on their lines. Like, nope, I'm having that line. As long as you're not swerving across the track and ripping the handbrake going around corners and things like that, that's fine. Not using other people as a brake or brake checking people. Not saying No Neck does that. I'm just saying in general. That's what we don't want. It's almost summer today, people, wasn't it? Wasn't it almost like summer? I thought so. It's a big bright thing in the sky. Looks a bit like it does on screen. Blue skies, bit of cloud. Right, we're about to get race 2 underway as the go on, Briggs. Still trying to get the drift on. He will just plough into a wall in a minute when the race starts. Be prepared for that. I mean, he might plough into a wall anyway while he's throwing himself around like this, so you might not know the difference. Should have kept that one going, Brinks. Oh, almost. That's it then, yeah. When you hear that throttle drop off, that's into the race we go. Right, let's get ourselves where. Oh my god. False starts. A few of these drivers starting around that corner at the back. That's a tricky place to be kicking off. Lights on then. And they drop. No Neck Monster leads us out then. Getting into this tricky Nordschleife for race 2. Pickles second. Let's see. Hart in third. He'll be wanting to make his way past Fat Pickles and No Neck Monster pretty quick. He knows Nordschleife well himself. Again, he just needs to have that good car set up, get his way past these two, start trying to pull a gap from those faster drivers behind. Oof. Fat Pickles taking liberties with track limits. So for Ev then 4th, Ace Killer 5th, Gecko 6th, Rookie 7th, LBO 8th, Potter in 9th, Philo 10th. Nobody made a move yet then. Could be about to see one here. Mart all over the back of Fat Pickles. Piling the pressure on. No Neck Monster maybe getting that quarter wrong as well. Oh, Mart's been tangled up. Gets a shunt off Duco by the looks of it, off Ace Killer. Sent into the wall. Now it's all kicking off here. Ace LBO Tricks is off circuit. Philo and Potter having a battle as well into this corner. These fast drivers trying to make their way through. Again, difficult places to overtake here. Drivers getting nudged all over the place. Mart then gets himself back on circuit. Unfortunately, 12 seconds down from the rest of the pack. 14.6 down from race leader. But with the field being sort of semi-slowed down, those slower drivers in the front might be able to work out in Mart's favour. Surfer Ev then has managed to make his way past No Neck Monster, as has Fat Pickles Bro. No Neck holding third, then Potter right behind him using the slipstream. Philo right behind him as well. Managed to slip through the field with the little bit of chaos. LBO in 6th then. All the Mercedes piling into this corner. Brinky in that lowly little Mazda. By side, No Neck Monster getting swamped here on the run through. Potter's made his way through. Philo's made his way through. LBO Tricks looking for his way through, side by side through there. Ah! Brinky and No Neck Monster running themselves off circuit, running fast through there. Holding on to it though. It's Killer 8, Gecko 9th, Mart 12.6 seconds down. On though in lap 1, Surfer Eb leads 1.1 seconds. Pickles in a second then. Ultimate Pop third. He's got Philo and LBO right behind him. Again, Philo is fast in race 1, already on the rear bumper of Potter, running down here. Potter's hugging that line, trying to keep Philo out of this racing line here. Everybody going for a move on Potter. Philo goes for a look. Potter shuts the door right behind Fat Pickles here now. Let's get on board. Let's change that up to a little bit of this view. Philo then looking for a way past. It's his wing. Manages to use that inside apex to get the position on Philo. LBO hanging on to them as well. Now again, Philo tries to get his wing up the inside of Potter. Not going to work through there. Potter hugging that inside line again to stop Philo going up the inside. Side by side on the run through here. It's going to work out in Potter's favour again though. Slots back into this stream of Fat Pickles. Close racing here then in these classic DTMs. Into the carousel. Got a little bit loose through there. To get a good run on Fat Pickles in front. Philo gets dropped a little bit. Still nowhere to go for Potter. Allows Philo to close back up on him. Mercedes versus Mercedes for the 3rd and 4th. Oh, the Sierra. A little bit sideways through there. Potter sees his opportunity, goes for it. Makes his way through, leaves the door open, does Fat Pickles. That's going to allow Philo to go through. That almost allows LBO Tricks to go through, not quite. Fat Pickles holding on to it in the Cosworth. So can Potter chase down Surfer Ev? Can Philo get back onto the rear end of Potter? It's been pretty good for him. Right through there. Then gets his way past Fat Pickles, loses the position, then drops himself down to 5th. Brinky in 6th in that RX7, Gecko in 7th, No Neck in 8th, Ace Killer 9th. Pot 14.7 seconds back. Losing time to those free runners, they're not to everybody really. At the minute it was 12.5 back, unfortunately, lost a bit of time. Won't be happy. not sure what happened. It's like a little bit of a door bang between himself and possibly Fat Pickles. And then as he got himself back on track, he was just launched in the rear by Ace Killer. I think it was Ace Killer. Potter then and Philo both past Surfer Ev. Again, whoa, Potter chucks his Mercedes through that corner. Almost off circuit. Philo has a little look. Potter keeps the hammer down. Holds onto it into the shank. Now, Philo in that tow range. Second. Mercedes versus Mercedes, it's very close. The time is coming down. Might just make this Mercedes as wide as he needs here. But Philo's carrying a fair chunk of speed up here. Side by side between the two Mercedes, a little bit of door banging. Potter gets run off circuit, manages to just hold on to it. So that catches Philo as well on the run into that corner. We change that camera up. Where are they? Potter then sticks his way through. Side by side with these two then as they come up to the line. Turn one is going to be in Philo's favour. Absolute door banger here for the lead then. Potter switches back up the inside. Unable to make the move. Drivers closing up on these guys as well. Brinky just behind in that RX-7. Fastest of the accelerators, the RX-7. A little bit bigger every corner is that little purple RX-7. Philo then gets himself back into the lead. Potter second. Now are we going to see a repeat of race one? Is Philo just going to find a 10th here and there and just slowly pull away from Potter? Has Potter figured out what went wrong in race one? Can he manage it? Brinky then 1.2 seconds back in that RX-7. Surfer Ev in fourth, being harassed at the minute by Gecko Racer. There's Fat Pickles, still fending off an LBO tricks. Killer 2 seconds down in 8th then. No Neck Monster another 8 seconds down. A little mistake I think from him. Mart now 5 seconds back from him. The drivers he can possibly use to get back into it. It might be a little bit too late now, a little bit too far back, we'll see. Already on to lap 2, 3 in race 2. Philo still leads then. He's pulled a 10th over Potter. Just as I say that, he grabs another 3 tenths through that little drift on the way into this complex. Holds on to it. Still holding on to that third as well. Not able to close the gap up, but keeping himself out of danger of these two. Currently 2 seconds back from Surfer Ev. A mirror full of Gecko though. Not anymore. Gone grass surfing, that's what he's done. Oh, our driver's trying to get past him then. Does keep himself off circuit. A bit of racecraft from Surfer. See those other drivers coming through. Unfortunately, that's cost him a few more positions. That's the kind of driving we want to see. It's respectful, you know, you don't just pull yourself back onto the circuit and expect everyone else to move around you, because it's going to cause more chaos than anything else. So Surfer then drops himself to 8th. Back up for Fat Pickles, so he might be able to close that gap back up. Oh, we just catch No Neck Monster, sticking a couple of wheels on the grass here as well. It's going to allow Mark to close up a little bit quicker. A couple of double stabs here, Mark. I'm sure if he's tested the drifting out on the Mercedes. So, we've been going through the field. Philo has managed to find those 10ths. Just jumps to the 2 second mark. Potter then hasn't been able to find that little bit of extra he needed. Still keeping himself ahead of this man in the RX-7. Just have another quick listen to that. Name that bean can. Lots of noise. Gecko 2.5 seconds back. LBO then got his way past Fat Pickles. As has Ace Killer. LBO just 1.1 seconds behind Gecko. A little bit too far back at the minute, 2.5 seconds, throwing that MR2 into that corner. There is Fat Pickles in the background. Surfer Ev then, we just caught him going off circuit, gets himself back on, just trying to close down on Fat Pickles. There is No Neck being hunted down by Mart. Just a second between those two. Again, Philo. Neurolink implant or whatever he's had done seems to be working. 2.6 seconds ahead of Potter. You know what's going to happen, Philo. You can't just smash like races like this. You just get banned. I'm calling for a drug test on him. That's what I think he might still be on meds from the hospital. A little bit more time, 3.4 seconds. Maybe a tiny mistake from Potter actually. That's brought the gap down between himself and Brinky. Gecko still closing that gap up slowly, 1.8 seconds back. Leo trying to hang on in there as well, still 1.4 behind him, sideways into that double apex here, left-hander, sorry, right-hander running back up the hill. This Killer firing his MR2 through as well, 2.9 seconds back currently in 6th, Surfer in 7th, another 8 seconds back, Pickles in 8th, he's 8.9 seconds back, there is Mart, he's got his way past No Neck and got another target inside then, Fat Pickles just in front. 3.3 seconds. We need to check his hard drives. He's got some kind of AI. He's got to have AI sitting in his PlayStation. Built by Boston Dynamics. It's one of the two. Robots or AI. Which is it, Philo? Again, that Cosworth actually closing up on Brinky a little bit more. Still only just touching that 170 mark for Gecko, but probably has it set up a little bit better in the corners. Slower parts of this circuit. Lap 3 begins then. Philo still leads 4.3 seconds now over Potter. He regains that 0.3 of a second over Brinky. Now got to contend with this man slowly closing up on him, 1.3 seconds down at the minute. See whether the Cosworth can do it. Final lap, LBO then in 5th, 2.7 seconds back. Looks like he might have made a little bit of a mistake. Ace Killer's closed back up on him. So lost a bit more time as well, 13.6 seconds down. 8.7 seconds back, Mark's right behind him. A bit sideways for Mark, could be testing out the drifting. Tyres just catching him out as we just see Fat Pickles drifting his way through there as well. No Neck Monster only 5.8 back. Again, final lap, a little mistake from any of these boys in front, keeping him in position. position, taking the top spot in qualifying. He won race 1. Looking good for race 2. Can he take all 3 wins here tonight? Got the 3rd race coming up after this one. Another 3-lap race here at Nordschleife. Oh, so want it to rain. So want it to rain. I know that's horrible of me, but you know, there'll be drivers that will be quitting if it does rain. Never playing this game again. Again, just being closed up a little bit by that RX-7. Maybe another little mistake because Brinky's still got a mirror full of Gecko. Just got to be careful here then on this final lap. Don't want to see a mistake like we saw a couple of drivers do in race 1. Elvio smoothly closing up as well, 2.1 seconds back himself. Killer's made another little mistake. I think he's now 6 seconds behind Elvio. A lot of wear on the MR2's tyres. So Ev, another 13 seconds back. Fat Pickles still holding 8. Mark right behind him still. Again, tricky place to overtake Nords. Again, Mark might just be messing about on this final lap now. Again, getting sent in lap 1 very early on. Distinct Philo then pulls a little bit more time over Potter. Maybe it's just the setup. Maybe it's just the setup of the car that's working in Philo's favour. He's known for his car setups, Philo Engineering over there on YouTube. He does give Gran Turismo car setup advice and setups, you know, if you're looking for a specific car, specific track sort of thing, what kind of racing it's going to be, that man will help you out. Brinky then, just 1.4 seconds back, has pulled a little bit more time over Gecko. Pushing hard then with Cosworth in this final lap. Elvio. Why is Elvio running slow? I'm not sure what's happening with Elvio, but Ace Killer goes through. Just cruising a little bit now, getting back up to race pace. Not sure what's happening there. Maybe drama at home or something, who knows. Surfer Ebb misses the carousel completely. Just catch him dragging his Mercedes off the wall. It's cost him a little bit of time. He's still closed that time up on Elvio in front, but that's due to Elvio pretty much pulling over. Mark then has managed to get his way past Fat Pickles. Fat Pickles has put himself in the wall somewhere. That's allowed No Neck to get through as well. Look at this Philo just finding more time. He's got to be cheating. You've got to sack him, ban him, lynch him, Potter. Robot legs. 6.4 seconds. Potter just can't do anything. He has managed to keep himself out of Brinky's reach. Brinky's fallen back into Gecko's hands though. Unfortunately, we know that Sierra not as quick as everything else on that long back straight. Not too far off that either. On through there. Gecko having a look around the outside. Can he carry the speed through? Brinky gets a wobble on. Both drivers get a wobble on, but it is Gecko that manages to sneak his way through. He might just be able to use the toe running up this back straight. Gets his way past the RX-7 a little bit faster on acceleration than most of these other cars. Oof. Gecko nearly getting caught out by the lamb shank. So Brinky. I'm going to miss Philo crossing the line again, aren't I? Just to bring that time down. are not as quick top end. 170 on board for Brinky. 166, 167. Here we go then. Gecko could be losing this third position here. Went for a little bit of a fake there, Gecko. They are still pretty much side by side, but there you go. The acceleration just kicking in for Brinky. Sticks his way through. Back up from them, we do catch Philo crossing the line, so that is his second win tonight. Potter McPott coming to the line. He'll take second for a second time as well. Whoa, it's kicking off for third. Brinky just hangs on to it. Just hangs on to it. Gecko must have absolutely hung on the brakes coming into those last couple of corners. Trying to get up the inside of Brinky, but not to be. Ace Killer then going to come home for fifth. Surfer Ev is going to come home for sixth. Comes. Then around that final corner, going to come home for seventh. He's managed to close the gap up on Surfer, but not enough for the position. Just waiting for No Neck. Oh, yes, what's happening with LBO? Does LBO just want to start at the front of the race for race 3? Is that all it is? Or is he having wheel trouble? So No Neck does come home in 8th, then Fat Pickles takes 9th, and yeah, something dramatic happening on LVO's end. From 5th to 10th by pretty much just pulling over at the side of the track. So no idea what's happening there. So there we go then, another win on the board for Philo. Oh, no. That. So there it is, Philo on top spot, Potter second, Brinky third, Gecko fourth, Ace Killer fifth, Surfer sixth, Martin seventh, No Neck in 8th, Fat Pickles in 9th, and whatever happened to LVO in 10th. No idea. Like I say, just halfway around that final lap, he was pulled over, a lot of drivers came past him, and he's now, well, he finished last. But that does put him at the start for race 3. So it could be strategic move there by him. Yeah, what have you had, Philo? What have you had? You had a V8 installed in your brain. A little bit of extra horsepower up there, something, has it? What's going on? So yeah, taking all the points tonight, Philo. Won the qualifying, taking the win in race 1, he's taken the win in race 2. He's got race 3 to do, he starts from the back again, but seemed to be any trouble for him in race 2, so we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully less chaos around the first few turns. Again, it's going to be a reverse grid. So that is going to put, well, again, because LVO backed off, he will start at the front, but that's going to be No Neck, Monster, Fat Pickles, Mart, Surfer Ev, Gecko, Brinky, Potter, Philo. That's where we're going to be. Again, is it a strategic move on LVO's part to get himself up front for race 3, disappear off down the first few corners, try and get himself away from those faster drivers who are still trying to work their way through the pack. Again, hopefully we don't see any chaos into these first few turns, but it's anyone's guess, isn't it? It's anyone's guess. Only takes a slight slip. It's not the most stable cars either, these old DTMs. You can see they happen to have a couple of stabs at some of these corners when they don't quite go when they want them. Not super softs, the sports soft tyres, not the racing softs. slightly less traction on those as well. Drivers just getting themselves out then. Let me turn the nonsense on now. Hopefully it'll stay on when the race starts. Doesn't always. Surfer and Brinky then, just getting themselves out on track. Oh, Brinky's definitely. Oh, he does like a drift. He does like a drift, that man. Just like to overcook it though. Cartoon Cosworth incoming. Do like the sound of that thing. Even when it's on the grass. What are you doing, Elvio? What are you up to? He's trying to escape. No escaping from you. You can't get onto the GP circuit. No, no, no. No matter how much you lose spin. He's just trying to take a set of tyres out. But he was trying to take all those cones out. Tyre wear not on in the practice session. Oh no, I think there's a little line just showing there. Won't let you through, Elvio. Stop it. No, I think he's just trying to burn his tyres out. Drift. Oh, apart from Fat Pickles coming backwards. Oh, it's not you. And Surf Ev driving backwards to almost took Mart out. Can't race these things backwards, unfortunately. You can the pretend tracks, you know, the made up tracks and GT, but the real world ones, they're designed to be raced backwards. No, you can't. You can't just go, no, I want to reverse it. Drive it backwards. No, you can't. So this is what you've got to do with a great big note on the screen. Lobby host then throwing up the good luck, Potterman pot. See you flashing your lights, but yeah, he's left all the stuff on. Right, here we go then, race 3. Pretty much the same as we've seen for the other 2 races. Reverse grid. Again, weather on random. Slightly darker, so it can make it a little bit trickier. Lights on full Blazoinga now. Here we go. Decent start from Elvio. It could just been a great big tactical move for him to get himself up front in race 3, get as many points as possible. He can. That Pickles second then. Nonek in 3rd. Mart 4th. Surfer in 5th. The off track. He's killer right behind him in 6th. Oh. Anybody? Yes, somebody has. No Neck Monster dropped himself down to 10th then, run himself off circuit. Yeah, just jumped on board with Gecko. He was 7th and then all of a sudden he became 6th. So having a look at Brinky running up the hill. It's going to be a tricky one this is. He has managed to just keep his wing up the inside. He's got to make it work though against that fast Mazda RX-7. Unfortunately, can't quite tell at the minute. I'm getting blinded. I think Brinky has just managed to hang on to it, and that's given Philo a little bit of an open door to have a look at Potter. So chops that door completely off. And they Monster then trying to get back involved in the fight. Elvio 2.5 seconds already. Runs down to the bottom of Foxholes. Pickles in third, being harassed by Martin. Needs to make his way past quickly. Mark, oh, he just runs himself off circuit, slams on the brakes. Does he hold on to it? Does Ace Killer having a little look around the outside. He's got dirty tyres now as well, trying to get the power down. Drivers bunching up behind him. Can they get the running him down towards this double left-hander at the bottom of the hill? Martin's got the advantage in terms of apex corner. Gecko running fast though, manages to keep the power on and run into that corner. Mark loses a position. Gecko drops into 4th then. Ace Killer also with Mark's little mistake takes 3rd. Pickles drifting that forward in 2nd still. Elvio stretching out a little bit more up front. 3 seconds already. Again, great big tactical move for him to drop himself to the back of the pack in race 2. Ace Killer 3rd, Gecko 4th, Surfer 5th, Mark 6th. Oh, sideways into the hairpin. Oh, gets a little shunt off Potter through there as well. That could be him. Just staying out of the way of No Neck. Unfortunately, No Neck nearly took him out. Oh, that was unfortunate for Mark. Looks like he's been shunted off track every race then. So look at this up front. 4-second lead for Elvio. Pickles under a little bit of pressure from Ace Killer. That's MR2. Not faster than the Ford. Gecko Racer chasing him down as well. Looking for a move up the inside here. Ford versus Ford. On the MR2 as well. Gecko goes through then. Ace Killer under threat here for that 2nd. We've got to try and hunt down Elvio in front. Surfer then hanging on to 5th. Potter right behind him in 6th. Philo 7th. Brinky in 8th. No Neck 9th. Mart in 10th. 6th down. There is No Neck just in front of him. This one 4.6 seconds. Still early on. Anything could happen here at Nords. Weather may change. Cleanly through the carousel, Ace Killer still being harassed by Gecko. Dropped Fat Pickles a little bit, potting at pot then, got himself past Surfer Ev. Philo's done the same thing. Now on the tail of the 4th place man, Fat Pickles. There is Surfer in 7th. Brinky in 8th. Mark's got his way past the No Neck Monster, but 13 seconds behind Brinky. Next bit off circuit again then. A little bit of front end damage on for him. Gap not stretching anymore for Elvio, a little bit maybe, yo-yo in between 4.3, 4.5. Ace Killer trying to close that gap down. Got a Gecko Racer filling his mirrors, so that could be putting him off a little bit. Might be going slightly defensive into some of these corners, which could end up slowing them down against Elvio in front. They may end up getting closed in by these boys as well. Potter, Philo, Fat Pickles, Surfer and Brinky. Screaming 7. Oh, Surfer trying to stay out of the way. I think of Brinky coming through there. Almost runs himself off circuit. Brinky drifts his way into that corner. Oh, there's Fat Pickles off track. Smooths it round in front of Surfer. Hopefully gets himself back on track safely. Goes past, get tangled up with him in that one, gets himself back into 8th then Mark. Unfortunately this has been every race for him tonight. Been nudged, bumped off, and he's always ended up sort of 6th, 8th or 7th. So back up front then, Elvio, 4.4 seconds still. These two helping each other out, not really. I think maybe two, just pulling away from Gecko now in that Ford, just carrying that extra speed, top end. Might have been working together a little bit, yes, I definitely were. Look at the time, gone from 4.2, 4.3 down to 3.2. MR2 with the faster top speed. Might have been helped out a little bit with Gecko. There might have been a little bit of bump drafting to try and close the gap up. Ace Killer's made a mistake. Gecko goes through. You see that Philo's used that same tactic. He's got himself through into 4th, then using the toe that long straight. Pot 5th. Ricky into 6th. Surfer 7th. Mark right on his tail now. 0.7 of a second behind him. Fat Pickles in 9th, 11.2 seconds back. Now got No Neck Monster closing up on him as well. So the battle now between Gecko in 2nd and Ace Killer in 3rd is helping LVO front out again. That gap stretched back up to 4.5 seconds. Philo and Potter as well, both getting a little bit closer. 1.6 seconds back for Philo, 0.7 of a second back for Potter. Can they close back up on the top 3? Ace Killer goes for a little bit of a look on Gecko, but not able to get around that corner. It's going to drop him off the back of Gecko. He's going to have slightly dirty tyres as well. There's Philo all over the back of him now. Potter as well, still with a shout. Chasing down that top 5. Not looking for his way past the Surfer Air 7th and 8th. Mercedes versus Mercedes though. Pickles in 9th. Still got No Neck Monster not too far behind him. Only 2.8 back, so only a little mistake could give No Neck that position back. So, Ace Killers made that little mistake, so he's fallen off the back of Gecko. He's under all sorts of pressure now from Philo, 0.3 of a second behind him. Oh, Philo slams it into that curve, nearly gets that car off the ground. Let's try and shorten this circuit as much as possible. All over the back of that little MR2 then. Losing a little bit of time to those two. Where can Philo get this move done on Ace Killer? All over the back of him. Almost gets his wing up the inside there, not quite able to do that and get the power down. Chasing him down then towards this almost right hand hairpin at the bottom of the hill here. Fastest sections coming up. Can Philo make the move this time? pushing hard. He's been closing up on Ace Killer. He's been right behind him a couple of times. Second in it again. That MR2 got past the top end of the rest of these cars. Start stretching that lead open again now. He's closing back up on Gecko in front. He is still dragging Philo with him. Yeah, Philo carries on an awful lot of speed through there. Closes right back up on Ace Killer. And we're running into this section just before the carousel. The driver's closing up. Oh, Ace Killer. Carries far too much speed into that one. He's on track again, nowhere for Philo to go. Pot still trying to hang on to these two, 1.4 seconds back. How loose these things are. Again, carrying far too much speed through there. Great big wall to catch him, but very lucky. Again, that MR2 all over the place. Trying to block any kind of move for Philo to get past him. Again, that could just slow them down and allow Potter to close that gap back up. Back up front then. LVO's not managed to disappear off down the circuit. Gecko's managing to keep him in check. Gap at 4.3 seconds into lap 2 then. Philo in third. Way past Ace Killer, Ultimate Pot now trying to close back up. Must have slung a wing right up the inside through one of those corners. Gets a wobble on himself through there. Potter does just about bring himself into slipstream range of Ace Killer in front. He has now. Monkey a little way back, 9 seconds. Oh, we'll just catch him running off circuit in the RX-7. Evans 7th, Mart in 8th, still trying to get past him, 1.3 seconds back at the minute. Fat Pickles in 9th, No Neck Monster, oh, again just catching him, running a little bit deep there as well. So mistake from Trix or a fast lap from Gecko? A fast lap from Gecko, knowing he's got a Philo right behind him. Philo now just gets himself into towing distance as we hit this fast straight. Potter as well. Tow range of Ace Killer in front. You can see a couple of positions change here. Cosworth just keeping itself 0.8 of a second ahead of Philo. Close that gap back up now though. Maybe not enough before they come into these corners at the bottom of the hill. Again, Ace Killer using the higher top end of that MR2 manages to keep himself out of overtake distance from Potter. So LVO starts the final lap then. 3.7 seconds in the lead. Gecko chasing him down. Philo right behind him then in third. Ace Killer not too far back, 1.7 seconds. Potter gets a drift on round that corner. Puts him almost in the grass, but he holds on to it. Falls back off into Ace Killer though, unfortunately. Then having a bit of a lonely race at the minute. Mart has got himself past Surfer M, used that long straight to get his way back up into 7th. Surfer M in 8th, again just got to keep himself within touching distance of Mart. Might be able to get him back on that very same manoeuvre, running up that back straight. He's got to keep himself in touch with him. Fat Pickles in at 9th, then again having a little bit of a lonely race on this final lap currently. I'll say that just as he crashes into the wall. Just going to allow No Neck Monster to come and have a race with him now as well. A little bit of front end damage for Fat Pickles. And there is No Neck Monster. So these two could have a little bit of a ding dong on this final lap. controlling that gap though. 4.2 seconds still between himself and Gecko. Gecko got pressure on though. Philo running him side by side down foxholes. Carrying the speed as well, just gets himself in front, does Philo. Now then, long lap here at Nordschleife. 4.1 seconds to try and close up on Elvio. It is not impossible. Philo's going to have to turn all the robots on and not drive on the grass like he just done. For a little bit of help off Gecko as well, maybe. Well, he might be able to close the gap down on this man, we'll see. Third of the way through this final lap here then at Nordschleife. Philo second, gap at 4 seconds, just drops below that. Gecko trying to keep himself in check. He's killer into that fourth then, 1.3 seconds back. Potts trying to close that gap back up on him as well, 1.5 seconds back. Brinky in 6th, 10.2 seconds down. Mart in 7th, still being harassed by Surfer Ev in 8th. Just 0.3 of a second minute between those two. Yeah, this is what Surfer Ev needs to do all the way around this circuit, unless he can get past Mart. Should get him on the overtake on that long back straight, if he can stay with him. Fat Pickles then in 9th. There is No Neck Monster, so these two are going to have a little bit of a fight on this last lap. This is slowly coming down, 3.6 seconds then. Philo pulls a little bit of a gap from Gecko. What? Oh! No. Oh! Elvio. Is that more wheel issues, or was it just a genuine accident? I don't know. Everything looks back to normal now. But no, wasn't able to keep himself in front. As good a driving as he was doing, something went wrong, and we catch him pointing completely the wrong way, 90 degrees into the wall. As 4 other drivers stream their way past him then. So that does put Philo back into the race lead. Racer second, Potter in 3rd. He's got his way past Ace Killer. What's happened to Ace Killer? He must have made a mistake for 2. Maybe trying to avoid an Elvio tricks or something. Maybe just struggling on those front tyres, but Potter has got his way through to a podium position. 3.5 back from Gecko, but I don't think that's makeable now. Pretty much halfway around this lap. Philo could be on for every point on the board here tonight. He's currently holding fastest lap in this race. I didn't pay attention to what the other 2 fastest laps were in race 1 and race 2. Could just be taking everything tonight then. Ban him! Ban him! Get the ban hammer out. He's had the latest, he mates with Elon. He had the latest OpenAI installed. 2.6 seconds now then. Robot. No mistakes from the Philo. Don't bin it now, Philo. Don't bin it. Make me look an idiot. Well, you make yourself look an idiot, but you make me look an idiot as well. Potter slowly closing up on Gecko. It was about 3.5. It's now 2.2 seconds. Potter would be on for another position here, which is hard enough. Only a few corners to go though before we get onto this fast section. Down a little bit, 2 seconds. There goes Gecko, there goes Potter. Just jumps to below 2 seconds, still taking the 10th out of him here or there, Potter. Needs to be in that 0.8 of a second range though by the time they hit this long back straight. Neither driver getting a toe currently, and the Mercedes got slightly faster top speed, or Potter gets a little bit of a drift out of there. It's cost him a tiny bit of time. It's top end versus top end on this back straight then. There is Philo just in front, 3.7 seconds. There's a Gecko. Potter not able to close the gap up yet. Gecko's about to run out of speed. Mercedes actually very similarly matched to the Ford, maybe a mile an hour quicker. Yeah, very similar between the two. But it is going to be this man who took qualifying. He decides to drift around the last few corners because why the hell not? So took qualifying, took the pole. All 3 wins here tonight for Philo. Fastest lap in this race, probably fastest lap in other 2 races. He probably was entered into another lobby and got fastest lap in the win in that one as well. Who knows? Gecko takes 2nd, Potter takes 3rd, Ace Killer comes home in 4th. Brinky. I'm not sure what happened there, but backwards for 5th. Elvio comes home for 6th after, yeah, no idea what happened to Elvio. I'm not sure if he's got wheel issues. Marks has crashed into the wall as well, but he is going to take 7th. Surfer Ev almost nips that off him, but he comes home for 8th. No Neck is going to take that position off of Fat Pickles. He's managed to bin it somewhere, so these two must have had a little bit of a battle on that last lap. They were only a couple of seconds apart. Philo. It's an absolute storming night he's had. His return after getting his arms replaced with claws, squid arms, who knows. Brakes hard then for No Neck. Last corner for him to go then, so he is going to come home and take that 9th position. There is Fat Pickles right behind him. He is going to come home in 10th. Probably a great big pile of handbrake. There we go. The cartoon Cosworth crosses the line. There it is. Yeah, Philo. What's going on? Definitely some algorithm shenanigans going on. Sure of it. There it is. 3 race wins tonight for Philo. First one was, he took qualifying, so he started at the front. Race 2 and race 3, he started from the back of the pack both times, and just, with one thing and another, fighting his way through. Other drivers deciding they don't like being in the lead. He takes the win. 3 in a row tonight for Philo. So yeah, he'll be banned next week. We'll get rid of him, don't worry. Can't have him winning everything, can we? That won't be fair. Sorry, Philo. No offence. Maybe close one eye next week. Turn off the AI. But yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. I hope you've liked what you've watched. In fact, let me tell you what we have got coming up, because I forgot. Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, we've got the P1 boys and their Mazda Challenge. Sunday night, no Sunday night. Oh yes, it is Sunday night. Yeah, we have got the final round of the P1 Super Formulas. So that was meant to be last week, but they postponed it because Formula 1 was on, and they all nerded out to that, so they watched all the Formula 1, so the race didn't happen. Monday night we've got the next round of the DSC Premier League. Again, that was cancelled due to the bank holiday this week, so that's going to be run again on Monday, and then back same time, same place next week for round 5 of the DTM sprints. 8:30 on Wednesday. So Wednesdays at 8:30, Thursdays at 9, Sundays at 9, and Mondays at 8 o'clock. That's what we've got coming up. But yes, that is it from me tonight. I hope you have liked what you've watched. If you have, give it a like, comment, subscribe, all the usual business. Most of all, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.